Hey everyone, Michael Bodner here with another Tesla Tunity, and today we are going to take the Tesla T off the trunk of my Model 3. We're going to replace it here with the Abstract Ocean Performance Tesla logo, like you see on the new Roadster, and you've also seen on Franz's red Model 3. So come along with me, we'll show you how to do it. All right, first things first, before we lose the Tesla T logo, I'm going to put some blue painter's tape just beneath the T, just so I know where center is on the trunk. And in addition, using Abstract Ocean's new version 2 of the template, they actually have you line it up with the rear view camera. So I'm going to put a mark there as well. It's just going to make it easier for us later when we go to apply the new badge. All right, before we do anything, we don't want to drag any contaminants around and end up scratching the trunk, so we're going to hit it really quick with our O&R Quick Detail Spray. Then once the trunk is clean, it's time to heat up the badge. If you have a heat gun, that would be ideal. I borrowed my wife's hairdryer, and honestly, it heated up really quickly. Give it about a minute or so. I'll, of course, have this sped up, so it's a lot easier. You don't have to sit there watching the badge heat up. But, you know, just keep your hands in the area. You can kind of tap the T from time to time, see how it feels, and let things heat up. All right, so now that it's warm, we're going to go ahead and grab some fishing line. I have seen this done with dental floss. That has a tendency to rip. I found some really cheap fishing line on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description down below. You'll end up with way too much of it, but it's relatively cheap and it'll get the job done. You're going to put it behind the badge and you're going to use a sawing motion as you work slowly. The most important thing, don't put anything under the badge. Don't try to shim it. You're going to get through it pretty easily. If you use something to shim the badge, you run the risk of the other end of the badge digging into the paint. All right, and if you feel like the glue is kind of cooling back down, of course, you could use the hairdryer again at any time and then go right back into using your fishing line again in a sawing motion. If you have a second set of hands, this would be a good time to bring them out. Thanks, Dad. We really just wanted to keep the badge from dropping into the bumper and causing a scratch or anything like that. And of course, in our case, it actually stayed sticking to the trunk even though we were done sawing all the way around. So just a really gentle removal and the badge comes right off. All right, and then we're just going to repeat the process again with the hot air from the hairdryer and then the sawing motion with the fishing line, and we'll quickly remove the top piece. All right, so now we're going to use Goo Gone. That's going to help us get rid of all of the residue that is still on the trunk. And go ahead and grab a clean microfiber towel. If you have a spray bottle of Goo Gone, it'll probably be easier. You could spray it right onto the area where the badge was. I don't, so I'm just going to pour it gently onto the microfiber and just kind of douse the area, trying not to spill it anywhere, at least anywhere unnecessary. All right, now the fun part. It's time to start peeling back the glue residue. Be patient. Obviously, we have this sped up here while I'm talking, but just kind of take it easy. Don't do anything where you're digging into the paint. You really don't want to cause any undue damage. Use a lot of Goo Gone. Take it slow. If you find it's just not going, you could take out a plastic scraper. I'm not sure if it was completely necessary, but everyone might have a different situation. So it's good to grab a plastic scraper. If you don't know where to get one, again, they're pretty cheap. I'll have a link for you to grab one on Amazon as well. But be really slow with it. Just follow the lines of the car and take it easy. Be patient again, and you'll work through it and get rid of all of the residue. All right, so a few minutes later, all of the residue is gone, and it's time to give the trunk one more blast of the O&R Quick Detail Spray. We'll just clean the area down where all the Goo Gone was, and we're ready for the next step. All right, so upon close inspection, I do see some micro scratches on the trunk. The video does not pick it up, but you'll probably see kind of a halo outline of the T-Badge logo. So if you have a buffer, this is really easy. If not, you could certainly do this by hand, but we're going to want to take a compound. I'm using the V34 product from Chemical Guys, which you did see me use previously in the bug stain video. But we're just going to go ahead and use that with our buffer. I also have some pad conditioner. This helps make it a little bit easier. Certainly an unnecessary step, but I have found that it makes it a little bit easier. Give it a spray right onto the buffer pad. Prime the trunk by tapping in multiple locations just to kind of evenly spread out the compound. And then you'll apply with the buffer on the lowest speed setting just to even out the material, and then crank it up to your top setting. That's a 6 on my buffer. And actually take a look at this. You'll see that the halo of the Tesla logo is still there. So that is what we're working to get rid of. So keep going until all of the compound is buffed into the trunk, and then wipe it off with a clean microfiber towel, of course. After that, we'll follow up with a polish. I'm using the V36 polish from Chemical Guys. Again, same exact process I followed in the bug video. So we're going to apply that to the pad, go ahead and prime the trunk. And in this case, I want to cover the whole trunk. So we just polish, again, the entire trunk, but a big focus on the area where the badge was, of course. Same as the compound, we're going to start on a slow setting and then quickly move up to the top speed setting, a 6 on mine. And then once we're done, we're going to buff that off as well. All right, it's time for the badge. So first up is the template. And again, this is the version 2 template from Abstract Ocean. It's great. So you're going to put the template onto the car and then the letters onto the template. So you get to line things up perfectly and feel really good about it. There's a red arrow. You can see us pointing to it. I'm going to line that up with the rear view camera. Sorry about the arm that gets in the way here for some of it, but it'll be gone in a second. And we're just going to follow the bottom edge here of the trunk, the little bit of a crease there. Everyone can do this differently. It's kind of how you see fit. Some people might like the badge a little bit higher. I like it in this spot. This is where Franz had it on his, so I'm kind of partial to it. It's what I've seen most. Just make sure you don't go up too high. The badges are flat and the trunk is curved. So you do have to keep it on the lower side, but you can go higher than I went. But get the template on. Make sure it's following the curve of the trunk. The trunk is not flat, of course, so you're going to see some creases in the template. That is okay. All right, so now we've got to put the letters on. These are really great. They are factory fit and finish. You'll see a little pull tab on the top and red backing tape on the back. So you're going to break off that pull tab with the backing tape and then apply the letters one by one. After each letter's in place, you just kind of push them down a little bit, and then we can remove the template. And there you have it. We're all set. Remove the guide tape that you put down to mark center and the rear view camera. And that's it. So now I'm going to grab my clean microfiber towel and just give the letters one more really good firm push into the trunk. All right, so there you have it. That's the Performance Tesla logo from Abstract Ocean. Full disclosure, they did send me this one for free to test out. This is version 2. What you just saw was version 2, obviously. Version 1 was maybe a little tougher to install, but I see a lot of cars with them. So if you use my code TESLATUNITY when you check out, you'll actually get 15% off your first order from Abstract Ocean. Your entire cart, not just this. So load up on the Tesla badge, the puddle lights, all sorts of vinyl products. Go to Abstract Ocean and check it out. Thank you very much, guys. Catch you on the next one. Bye.